questions and answer them by the end of the session. So right now, I think everyone's waiting for the session, so we'll begin. Go ahead, Shavi. You can share the screen and we can begin the session.
Sure. Thank you so much, Ayana. So first of all, good evening, everyone. To start with, I'll just give you a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Charvi, and I'm a health coach in Sugarfit. Today, majorly, we would be speaking about that what exactly causes your blood sugars to spike and why does it spike. Just in case, if you all have any question, any query, you all can drop it in the chat box. All right. So I'll just start with presenting my screen. Yeah. So I hope you all are able to see my screen. So to start with, what exactly strikes your sugar level? Okay. So there are a lot of reasons that why your sugars might be spiking. You all sometimes might be thinking that my diet is completely all right. Then what are the other reasons why my sugars are spiking? So today we would be discussing about all of those other reasons as well, apart from diet, which actually are common culprits along with that. Okay. So here are some of the reasons we have listed here for you. We will be taking up every reason, like every each of the reason, and we'll be discussing in detail about each one of them. So to just reiterate, reasons which may spike your sugar levels are: one, definitely, which is a very common reason, is your diet. Second is poor sleep. Third is too much or too little exercise. Fourth is stress. So stress again is a very important reason which might cause a sugar spike. So fifth one are some of the medications which you all take. Sixth is poor oral health or oral hygiene. Next one is smoking, and the last one is dehydration. So now we'll be taking up every reason a little bit in detail. So to start with, as I said, the first one is your diet. So everyone here might be pretty much aware that when it comes to diabetes, you all might have heard that, stop taking carbohydrates, stop taking carbohydrates. This is what we've been hearing since long. But, it's not just, you have to stop completely taking carbohydrates, because when it comes to Indian food or Indian meals, our Indian basic meals are comprising of carbohydrates. So we actually cannot remove them completely from our diet. What we can do them is we can eat them in moderation. The choices which we make, like what kind of carbohydrates needs to be taken, can actually have a really good impact on your sugar levels as well. So instead of going in for simple carbohydrates like sugar or probably refined wheat flour, or anything which is refined, those are your simple carbohydrates. Choose complex carbohydrates over them. What are some of the sources of complex carbohydrates? They are your whole wheat, or probably all of your whole grains. Not the refined one. Anything which is in a whole grain form are your complex carbohydrates. Another thing very important to here to know is restrict your sugar intake. So when it comes to sugar, definitely, be it in the form of table sugar, be it in the form of jaggery, be it in the form of honey, all of the three types of carbohydrates, they will definitely give a spike to your sugar levels. So you don't have to just restrict table sugar. You also have to restrict jaggery and honey as well. And as I already said, avoid refined carbohydrates, which is your refined flour, which is Hindi, we call it maida. So that is one of the major things which we need to avoid. And you can choose some good carbohydrates in your, daily meals. Like you can have whole grain breads or multi-grain breads or cereals or, unprocessed grains. As I said, the complex carbohydrates. Like nowadays you get this barley, quinoa. Even nowadays, whole wheat pasta, whole wheat noodles. All of these things are also available. They can actually help in maintaining your sugar levels. At the same time, it will give you a variety as well in your diet. Okay. Now coming to the second part is loading up on fiber. Fiber again is a form of carbohydrate. So basically, the major sources of carbohydrates are your vegetables and fruits. So majorly, they do not have any kind of protein and fat in them. But then why are fibers good? Fibers help in lowering the blood sugar levels. So the whole, the good choices of fiber-rich foods are, your whole grains like oats, quinoa. These are very much rich in fiber, which will help in bringing the spikes down. Also, all your lentils and pulses, like all kind of dals, beans, legumes. All of these are also very much rich in fiber. And as I previously said, all your vegetables, be it any green leafy vegetable or any other vegetable, they all are rich with fiber. And your nuts as in almonds, walnuts, pistachios, peanuts, all these also have good amount of fiber in them. So basically, how does fiber impact the blood glucose levels? So what does fiber do is, there's a very simple trick in order to avoid post-meal spikes is that whenever you are starting with a meal, make sure 10 to 15 minutes before starting with the major meal, be it lunch or be it dinner, you have a good bowl of salad. You have a bowl of fiber before starting with your meal. What it will do is it will line your stomach with the fiber, and that will help in slowing down the absorption of carbs when you later have the meal, and which eventually will help in reducing your blood sugar spikes post your meals. So always make sure that you follow this meal sequencing. You 5 to 10 minutes or 15 minutes before starting with your meal, just load up on a bowl of salad. That will give you satiety. At the same time, it will help in reducing your post-meal spikes as well, because it helps in slowing down the absorption of carbohydrates. Okay. Now the third part is hydration, water. As we all know, and we have all been saying this from a really, really long time, that drink plenty of water, drink plenty of water. Water is a very, very important component when it comes to blood sugar spikes. Whenever you are dehydrated, whenever the amount of water in your body is less, your glucose will always be higher than it would normally be. The reason behind that is basically water. Basically, when there's less water in your body, the concentration of glucose in your bloodstream, it increases. The concentration of your glucose in the blood is very high, which causes a spike to your glucose levels. Okay. So water is very important to flush out the extra glucose which is present in the body from your in the form of urine or probably sweat or any other matter. So you can always, apart from water, there are other options as well to hydrate your body. So you can always opt in for non-caffeinated beverages or non-sugary liquids, or simply you can just take a glass of lemon water, add in some cinnamon to it, or probably some chia seeds to it, or mint leaves to it, or some kind of citrus fruits to it, like oranges or sweet lime, or probably any kind of berries to it, so that it is refreshing. At the same time, it will keep your body hydrated. Plus the additions, these small ingredients which we are adding in our water, that will also help in giving extra beneficial, it will act as a beneficial factor. Like if you see to cinnamon, it actually acts as a functional food for diabetes, and it helps in improving your insulin resistance as well. So, addition of these small ingredients which are readily available in the kitchen, it will really, really help you with, in overall reducing the spike size. Fourth is getting your beauty sleep. So we, we all know that sleeping, we all say our body has a circadian rhythm. Circadian rhythm is nothing but, a body clock. Basically, our body has its own clock. So not getting enough rest does more than, it makes you very much uneasy. It makes you weak. So this also affects how well your body can control and break down your blood glucose levels as well. So skipping on sleep even for one night can make your body use less insulin, use insulin less effectively. So that's why, it causes a spike in your blood sugar levels. There was this one study, in which they had done a research wherein they had asked healthy adults to sleep for just 4 hours a night for 6 days. And at the end of the study, they found out that the healthy individual's body who slept for only 4 hours for 6 days, their body's ability to break down glucose was 40% lower than average for people who slept for more than 6 hours or more than 8 hours. So, it is also believed that when you enter deep sleep, your nervous system slows down and your brain uses less blood sugars. So remember, like it is very important to stick to a schedule, stick to a sleep schedule, and make sure you relax before doing that. Do not, like use any kind of, devices before you go to bed. At least half an hour before you go to bed, make sure that you're switching off all your devices and have a, do a little bit of deep breathing, relax a bit, and then go to bed. Okay. Now coming to exercise. Exercise, as everyone says, exercise is always your best friend. It helps you in improving insulin sensitivity. It reduces the spike. It overall improves your glucose uptake in muscles and everything. But what people don't know is too much of exercise can also cause your glucose to spike in the body. The reason behind that is when you do a very intense kind of an exercise, which is very intensive, like heavy weight training or heavy competitive sports, your body, there is a stress hormone called adrenaline, which your body starts secreting when you're doing a lot of physical activities. So when there's an increase in the stress hormone called adrenaline, it causes your blood glucose levels to spike, and then it stimulates your liver to produce more insulin. So, excess of activity or excess of physical activity or exercise, heavy weight training can also cause a blood sugar spike. So always make sure that whatever kind of strength training you all are doing or resistant training you all are doing, make sure that you do it under someone's guidance as to how your sugar levels are currently. Keeping all that into mind, make sure whatever activity which you're selecting works for you. Something as simple as walking for just 5 to 10 minutes, 20-25 minutes after your meals really works wonders. So, after just your meals, like after every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, wait for 15-20 minutes and then either just walk around your house or probably in your office, or if you have a staircase, then just walk around just for 10-15 minutes. You will see a great improvement in your post-meal spikes. Okay, so this was regarding the physical activity. Now coming to the magic of ACV, apple cider vinegar. The full form of ACV is apple cider vinegar. I think a lot of you might have heard of apple cider vinegar as to, what exactly it does to your body, how helpful it is. So basically, researchers have seen that apple cider vinegar reduces the absorption of, basically the carbohydrates in your body. It reduces the absorption, like it slows down the absorption of carbohydrates. So that's the reason that whenever you have apple cider vinegar post your meal, it helps in reducing the meal spikes. So having like apple cider vinegar diluted in water half an hour before your meal, it will actually help you reduce the spikes post your meals. So it can be also used as a salad dressing, probably if you don't want to directly take it with water. As I said, you can have salads prior to your meals, 10-15 minutes. So you can use like apple cider vinegar as a dressing also in your salad, so that overall it helps in reducing the absorption of carbohydrates while you're having the meal, and improves the post-meal spikes. Seventh one is the spices which are available in the kitchen. How can these help now in improving your sugar levels? So basically, you might have heard a lot of spices like cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, garlic, fenugreek, methi seeds. Fenugreek is basically called methi seeds. Even jamun, even paneer ka phool. There are some of these basic spices which we use in our kitchen every day. They have functional properties in them which have shown to improve the insulin resistance sensitivity in your body, and it also reduces the inflammation because it contains some antioxidants which help in improving your body's insulin sensitivity. So cinnamon, turmeric, methi seeds, jamun, even paneer ka phool, ginger, garlic, all of these are functional food which you should be using in your everyday routine in order to reduce your blood sugar intake. So whenever you're cooking any meal, try to include all of these spices. And even simply, if you're, instead of your milk tea, you can always try having a lemon cinnamon tea. It's always better, adds in less calories as well, plus also helps in improving your blood sugar level. 8 is stress. So as we all know, stress is a very, very big, factor when it comes to blood sugar levels. Basically, what happens is when you are really under pressure or under stress, your body releases this hormones called cortisol and adrenaline. You might have heard of these, hormones. Basically, what they do is they fight the responses, the stress responses which your bodies are generating, and it prompts your body to act like it's under attack, like stress is attacking your body. So these hormones helps in fighting back that attack. So what does your body does is your body burns its stored energy sources. And the body's stored energy sources is basically glucose and fat. So to meet the threat which the stress has created, your body starts burning its stored energy sources. And when you have diabetes, insulin cannot break through the cells to break down your glucose, and your level rises. Okay. So basically, stress will directly cause your blood sugar levels to rise indirectly. So make sure that you take care of yourself by eating right, exercising, meditating, and also taking your medications on time whenever you're stressed out. Because we all know in today's life, we all cannot avoid stress at all. But finding ways to relax is good for your blood sugar and your overall health as well. So make sure that you find ways which actually work for you. It can be something as simple as doing any sort of habit or any sort of hobbies if you all have, even for like 10 minutes on a daily basis. Just take out time for your body, 10 minutes, and try to do any kind of hobbies or any kind of activities you like and which has a relaxing effect on your body. It can be something as simple as going out with friends, meeting them, chatting with them, or just spending quality time with friends, or probably gardening, reading a book, listening to music, anything. The last one, very important one, is reducing your alcohol intake. So we all know alcohol beverages, they contain only and only carbohydrates. And as discussed previously, carbohydrates gives a spike to your sugar levels. And the kind of carbohydrates present in alcohol are simple kind of carbohydrates. So they can get converted to glucose very easily in your body, which causes a spike in your blood sugar levels. So make sure if you're drinking alcohol, it should always be in moderation, and definitely either once in 15 days or once in a week or probably once in a month, not more than that. Avoid taking alcohol on a regular basis, and make sure to limit the quantity of alcohol. Try to have not more than 90 to 120 ml at one go. And what is more important is the sides which you use with the alcohol. So avoid adding any of your soda base, like soft drinks, like any kind of cold drinks. Do not mix it with alcohol. Either take your alcohol with plain water or take it with ice. Do not use any kind of tonic waters or sugary syrups or liquids to dilute your alcohol. This will actually help in reducing the spike as well and reducing the calories as well. And if possible, try to avoid alcohol completely and replace it with some other healthy beverages. If you're going out, if you're in any social functions, probably you can replace them with, mojitos, which are virgin mojitos. You can just tell them to avoid adding sugar to it, just add lemon, some mint leaves, and a little bit of plain soda to it. So try to replace alcohol with some healthy beverages. And another very important thing which I wanted to talk about was there are some medications also which probably causes spike to your blood glucose levels. So it depends on what kind of medications you all are on. So any kind of diuretics. Basically, diuretics are pills which are given to remove, to excrete excess, water from the body, or any drugs which are used to treat depression or any blood pressure medications. If you are on any of these medication, and just make sure whenever you are on any of these three medications, make sure you monitor your glucose levels on a regular day basis. And ever if you notice that your sugar levels are high, make sure that you're talking to your doctor, because they might adjust the medication dosages or the diet which you are taking along with the medications, because these medications actually causes a rise to your blood glucose levels. So even some kind of steroids, like corticosteroids, they also have the same effects on your body. They will cause your sugar levels to spike if you are on a prolonged time, like if you are on steroids for a very prolonged time. So these are some of the medications also which causes a spike to your glucose levels. And another important thing I wanted to tell you all is even oral hygiene. That is also very important. Not brushing your teeth on a regular basis, or not flossing your gums on a regular basis. They also causes sugar spikes, because when you have diabetes, you are more likely to get gum disorders, because wound healing and everything is delayed. And when you get a serious gum disease, it makes harder to keep your blood sugar levels under control, because of all the infection it causes. There's a lot of inflammation which is happening in the body. It causes your glucose levels to rise. So make sure that your oral hygiene will be very, very important. Before going to bed at night, make sure you're brushing your teeth well, and also cleaning your tongue with a tongue cleaner. Cleaning your tongue is equally important as well. Okay, so these are basically the major reasons which causes blood sugar level spike. Now, if you all have any questions, anything regarding to any of the given reasons which I have mentioned, you can just ask me. I'll help you with this.
Great. Right. Thank you so much, Charvi. That was a very informative, a presentation. So let's do one thing. Let us have a couple of questions for the session. Post that, we can end the session. Right. So I think the first question is from Mr. Abhitami. So he's asking if warm water is more recommended to take.
So warm water, if you're taking something like a apple cider vinegar, or if you're taking warm water early in the morning, yes, that is recommended. But yes, if you're drinking normal water throughout the day, that is also fine. What I would suggest is just don't drink refrigerated water, like very chill water. A normal room temperature water is also fine. It's not necessary that you have to take warm water throughout the day. No, that is not compulsory.
All right, great. So moving on to the next question, Sushil Kumar sir, he is asking if there's a diet chart to control your sugar levels for a week.
There's no diet chart which will, help you in, controlling your sugar level within a week. It is a process because our body, everyone has a different body makeup, and how your body reacts to specific things, it takes time. So we cannot promise that, in a week, your sugar levels would be maintained. So there's no diet available in the world, or even if you read it somewhere that this diet would help you in bringing your sugar levels under control within a week. Sorry, that is not possible. That's a fake diet and it's not sustainable as well.
Right. And I think I would also like to add a point that a diet needs to be personalized, right? Because that is something that is going to help control your sugars. Right. So moving on to the next question. This is by Anup sir. So he has two questions. One is we should choose simple or organic ACV. And the second question is, can you tell us more about the amount of ACV and the mode of taking ACV?
Yeah. So basically, organic ACV would be more preferable because knowing that, how much adulteration things are, adulteration is being done to food. We all know that, there's a lot of mixing and all which is done. So always, if you all can go in for an organic ACV, that would be the best. And the best way to consume ACV is you can take 5 ml to 10 ml of ACV, mix it in 1 glass of water and have it 20-25 minutes before starting with your meal, or early morning empty stomach. But for people who have acidity issues, do not take it early morning empty stomach.
Great. And I think Shankar Mishra sir, so he has mentioned his fasting levels, which is 298. So is there any advice from your side to, help him reduce his fasting sugar levels?
Yes. So first of all, sir, I would really recommend that have early dinners. Make sure that you're completing your dinner by latest by 8, 8:30, not beyond that. And whenever you're eating a meal for your dinner, make sure half of your plate should be filled with vegetables, which is either in a raw form or in a cooked form as well. But half of your plate should be filled with vegetables. The remaining half of the plate, which is there, 1/4 should be filled with any protein source. It can be a non-vegetarian protein source or a vegetarian protein source. And the only remaining 1/4 portion of the plate should be filled with carbohydrates, be it roti, be it rice, or be it any other carbohydrate source for that matter. And as I said while explaining, 10 to 15 minutes of physical activity, 20 minutes post your dinner will actually help you in reducing the fasting levels as well, plus your post-meal spikes as
well. Okay. All right. Aarti Mahajan ma'am is asking, how is paneer ke phool used?
So basically, paneer ka phool, either you can soak it overnight in water and in the morning you can directly take it, or probably some people do use it in the powdered form as well. So you can directly just take the paneer ka phool, soak it overnight in water, and in the morning you can just take that paneer ka phool along with the water.
Okay. All right. So Rahul Punde sir, he's asking, please tell us about dawn phenomenon and how we can control it.
Yeah, so basically dawn phenomena is nothing but it refers to, your glucose spikes, which usually occurs during early morning hours, like anywhere between morning 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. or 8 a.m., something like that. So that is majorly dawn phenomena. During the early morning hours, your sugar levels starts increasing. And what you can basically do to control it is, as I said, your dinner becomes a very important part when it comes to your fasting sugar levels as well as your early morning sugar. Your dinner and your sleeping pattern. These are the two things which majorly affects your how your blood sugar levels would be the next day in the morning. So make sure that you're sleeping well, and as I said, physical activity post dinner. And make sure in dinner, if you can have a grain-free dinner, that would be really good. It will help you in maintaining the spikes in the morning.
All right. Yes, and Brijesh sir is asking that he's observing spikes post lunch, even when he eats one chapati or very little rice, and with all the precautions that he's taking, like eating salad, post meal walking, there is still a spike in his post lunch meal sugars.
Okay. So basically, here it is very important for you all to know is decreasing the portion amount of a particular meal won't actually help in reducing the spike. If you're having very little food, that can also contribute to a spike, because when you're giving very less food to your body, instead of using that energy, your body will start storing the energy for future use, and your liver will start producing glycogen. Glycogen is a stored form of glucose. So that will actually give a spike. So make sure that the portion sizes which you're taking is accurate as per your body weight and how much calories you actually need throughout the day. And if even that is maintained, your portion sizes and all are also maintained, please check with the doctor regarding your medication dosages. Might be that due to medications also, sometimes if your medication dosages are altered or not proper, that can also cause a spike. So make sure you just check with your doctor also.
All right. Ashok sir is asking, is it better to avoid all dairy and cookies?
Cookies, definitely, yes, you have to avoid, because unless and until you're having a cookie which is like made out of a multi-grain flour or something without any sugar or added sweetener or jaggery or honey, then you can have a cookie which is sugar free and which is made out of a multi-grain flour. Otherwise, it's better to avoid all kind of cookies. And when it comes to dairy, curd is something you can liberally take, no problem in having curd. But yes, milk is something which you can avoid. But taking a small, like half a serving of milk also in a day is fine. That doesn't cause a very high spike. So taking around 150 to 200 ml of milk would be fine in a day.
Okay. So Aarti Mahajan ma'am has a query. How can she control her late night low sugars? How can it be handled? Because she's mostly asleep during 2 a.m., 3 a.m.
So this is a very personalized question. I won't be able to comment on this question because I actually need to know like what is the cause of this low sugars. I need to know your entire routine, what kind of medications you're on. So low sugars are something, unless and until you're having a symptom also while you're sleeping, you won't be able to know that if your sugars are low or not. So it's always better that whenever you have your symptom, just check it with a glucometer. If your sugar levels are below 70, then only you can say that your sugars are low. And then probably we can have a, probably like we can go ahead and do some remedy for it, like have 15 grams of sugar, whatever, candies or something to get back to the normal sugar level. So I exactly cannot answer this question as of now because it's more of a personalized question.
Right. So BK sir is asking how many hours of exercise or yoga is needed to, ensure that, sugar does not spike.
So there are no particular hours or something, but yes, strength training, if you all do for like even 30 to 40 minutes, strength or resistance training every day around 30 to 40 minutes is very good enough to improve your insulin resistance. At the same time, very important, post-meal exercises would be very, very important. There's not a stipulated time period. You can exercise as per your time schedule, as per your schedule permits.
Okay. So Pavan Chawla sir is asking, can we boil water of soaked methi seeds?
You can boil the water of soaked methi seeds, but the best way to take soaked methi seeds is soak the methi seeds overnight in the morning along with the water. You also have to eat the methi seeds. Do not discard the methi seeds away. Otherwise, it would be of no use.
Right. Right. And Rekha Sao ma'am is asking, is it all right to take red wine?
It's all right if you're taking it very occasionally, like once in a month or something. If you're just taking one glass of red wine, which is somewhere around 120 to 180 ml, that is completely fine. but make sure it's not a sangria, it's pure red wine. And along with that, the meal which you are eating has to be rich in protein and fiber.
Okay. So Chandresh sir has a very interesting question. So he's asking every day 4 kilometers is the walking that he does. So to burn his sugar levels. So and his fasting sugar also increases even without breakfast. So what is the reason behind this?
So basically, what, as I earlier said, if you all have done any kind of, intense exercise, and if you're not eating anything after that, your body needs energy in order to, because your body is continuously working. And when you've done an intense kind of exercise, like you have been walking for 4 kilometers, so right, your body needs some kind of a fuel. Now, when you're not taking breakfast, your body is utilizing the stored form of energy, which is glycogen, which is secreted by your liver in the form of glucose. And your liver doesn't know how much glucose your body requires. So it keeps on secreting glycogen, and that actually causes a spike in your energy levels. So very important, whenever you're doing any kind of physical activity, your pre and post workout meals becomes very, very important. Do not skip on meals. Very important. Do not skip on any meals.
Yes, that was brilliantly answered, Charvi. I think we also have a very similar question to that from Mona ma'am. So she's asking her morning blood sugar levels are high even after she has taken protein. So any particular advice for that?
So protein as in exactly, to be very specific, morning blood sugar as in, is she talking about the fasting or post meals?
She's talking about after protein. I'm assuming after she's taken a protein shake. So after excess protein.
Okay, so if it is after exercising, then probably you just need to, it cannot, usually it doesn't happen unless and until the protein shake, if you're taking any protein supplement or a protein shake, please just go ahead and check the ingredients. Even though they sometimes label it as sugar-free, they do have some kind of artificial sweeteners in the form of maltose, dextrose, or sucrose. Something is added to it. So once, just go ahead and check your protein supplement what you're taking, and just in case if you're mixing your protein supplement with milk, then stop doing that. Have your protein supplement with water. Do not add it to milk.
Okay. So Naresh sir's question is, can we take dinner before 7 p.m. and milk around 8 p.m.?
Yes, you can definitely take your dinners before 7 p.m. around 6:30, 7 a.m. But make sure the milk which you're taking at 8 p.m. should not be more than 150 ml. And make sure to add some functional food in your milk. It can be something as simple as 2 pinches of turmeric and 1 pinch of black pepper powder. That's it. And you can have your milk. Or probably just 1 or 2 pinches of cinnamon powder to your milk, but not more than 150 ml of milk.
Okay, got it. So I think we have like another two questions left. So coming to Tanaji Satresa's question. So his question is, I'm walking almost 12,000 steps per day, but my sugar is still not coming down. It is still around 110 to 170.
So, Tanaji, I would really recommend here that if your physical activities are really good, if you're walking for like, if you're clocking 12K steps on a daily basis, then there's definitely something wrong either with your diet or either with your sleeping patterns, or even check on your stress levels. Try to make sure you improve on these three parameters also. I am damn sure that your sugar levels will come into control if you manage on these other three areas as well, along with your physical activity.
Okay, so I'm not sure what the name is. It says DKG, but the question is about Paneer Ke Phool. Paneer Ke Phool is increasing his sugar levels, and also the same thing happens with other natural remedies that he's taking up, like eating good or methi seeds. So he's asking what could be the reason for this rise in sugar.
So good, definitely. Jaggery will always cause a spike in your sugar levels, but when it comes to paneer ka phool, probably it might not be suiting your body because everyone has a different body makeup. So it may be a possibility that methi seeds might not suit you, but might suit someone else. So just in case, if you feel that after having methi seeds, all the other things are being done properly, if you are very sure that this is exactly the reason why sugar levels are spiking due to methi seeds or paneer food, then probably you should stop having them and switch into some other source. Like either you can go in for cinnamon or you can go in for ginger or garlic for that.
Yes. So Jiva sir is asking, can we eat rice for lunch?
Yes, definitely you can eat rice for lunch. You actually don't have to stop rice completely, but make sure if you ever want to have rice, try to have it during the daytime and not in dinners. And very, very important, as I said, your meal plating would be very important. Rice should constitute only 1/4 of your plate. Half of your plate should be of vegetables, and the remaining 1/4 should be of a protein. That would be completely fine. Then you can have rice, and if possible, try to have brown rice or basmati rice. That would be a much better source.
Right. So I think we can take one last question, Charvi. So Chandaresh sir's question is, can 150 grams of cucumber help control our glucose levels?
Well, there have not been any researches or studies which says that cucumber can actually control blood sugar levels. But yes, eating cucumber as a salad 15-20 minutes before your meals can add into the fiber content which you're taking before your meal. So that will help. If you're having more fiber before you start with your meal, then overall automatically your post meal spikes would be reduced. So cucumber that way would help you. But if your question is specific to cucumber, that if cucumber is helpful in containing your blood sugar spike, then that is not a reason. It is because of the fiber content, be it cucumber or any other vegetable, any other salad vegetable, it will help you in maintaining the blood sugar level.
All right. So thank you so much, Charvi, for patiently answering all the questions. And it was a very brilliant presentation where it has definitely helped a lot of us to understand how we can minimize our glucose levels. So thank you so much for joining us in today's session and listening to our health coach, Ms. Charvi. And thank you, Charvi, for having such a good presentation.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much for joining and listening to me more so patiently. We would be definitely conducting more such sessions. So also really sorry to people who, we are not able to answer to. But yes, keep on joining other sessions as well. You can always drop down your queries to our mail ID to Sugarfit. We will definitely be happy to help you all with whatever queries and anything you feel.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, sir.